Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy the Next Level series by Patrick Chapin? Next Level Magic and Next Level Deck Building are two Magic the Gathering strategy guides, written by Hall of Fame pro Magic player Patrick Chapin, and between them covering everything from how to build mana bases, what card advantages, and how many different types of decks are built. Chapin's resume and accomplishments are indeed impressive, and he is an established pro at the highest echelons of Magic the Gathering play. But just how effective are his Next Level series books at improving the skills and abilities of the reader? Are these texts for new players, intermediate, or players already versed in advanced gameplay? How well are they written, and how far can you expect them to take you? Well, let's take a look. An important note. After reading both works, I do not feel these books are for people who do not know how to play, or are still shaky at playing Magic. Rather, this is a series intended to take skills that you already possess and improve upon them. I cannot stress this enough. If our three categories of skill level were introductory, intermediate, and advanced, these books would fall between intermediate and advanced. In fact, I think they make for the perfect bridge for those intermediate players to traverse to, and I will be saying this a lot in the review, the next level. Complexity of content. Both books in the Next Level series are deep and go into lengthy detail and explanation of their concepts and ideas. This, more than anything, may be off-putting for advanced players, yes, advanced, who likely already have familiarity with the strategies and ideas that Chapin is teaching. Both books are well over 450 pages of dense writing, by which I mean this is not a short work which has been padded to look like a book by using a large font and creative placement of line breaks. Far from it. In fact, these books are highly analogous to a college textbook in their layout and content. And probably the biggest obstacle a reader must overcome is that these are a serious and intense lesson in Magic skill, not a short and easily digestible list of broad tips and tricks. In other words, you're going to need to study and learn from this as you might your college textbook. In my own reading, I found going back, taking notes, and even highlighting and annotating was very useful. Both are available as ebooks or traditional print media. In simply looking at the materials, the printed books are of high quality, with clear color pictures and illustrations. This is very important as Chapin is able to illustrate his examples with color photos of the cards he is discussing, aiding a reader who is likely not familiar with them offhand. The books have a large emphasis on advanced areas of gameplay, such as reading board states and situational awareness. These are not bullet points to getting better, nor a list of tricks and tips. This is a textbook on the subject of Magic the Gathering gameplay. Quite frankly, it is far, far above the level of any of the instructional videos that you have watched here at the community college. It is not a freshman course. It is the start of Magic the Gathering graduate school. Contrasting the series. Next Level Magic, recently updated in 2015, was Chapin's first book in the series. The book uses a lot of personal anecdotes and storytelling as a way of imparting advanced concepts and ideas. I would describe Next Level Magic as the more philosophical of the two works, emphasizing advanced gameplay philosophy over technique. Now, this is not to say that actual strategy is absent from the work. Far from it, but there is an emphasis on a pathos-based narrative rather than a more logos-based approach, which I feel is emphasized in Book 2, Next Level Deck Building. Nonetheless, the topics are numerous and deep. Among its myriad of chapters, Next Level Magic covers the concept of shortcuts in Magic, the four perspectives, in-game Magic strategy, the mental game, the basic archetypes, and of course, drafting. Next Level Magic is also the more introductory of the two works, taking perhaps a bit too much concern for a possible brand new or otherwise beginning player. This is the main drawback of the first book, as it sometimes feels as though the combination of narrative storytelling and beginning player awareness dilutes from the finer points Chapin is trying to make. The stories and anecdotes are highly engaging, and it feels as if you were sitting down after a game of Magic with Mr. Chapin himself, yourself, hearing him tell you these stories and anecdotes. And they too serve a purpose, the purpose of bringing your gameplay to the next level. The second book in the series, Next Level Deck Building, does not hold itself back. While Chapin's narrative mastery is still put to use throughout, it is much more strategically implemented, and it works to carry the reader through the very technical-based bulk of the rest of the book. Next Level Deck Building is the more detail and technically oriented of the two works, and it does not shy away from discussing advanced aspects of the game, using graphs, statistics, and other complex data. This is not a book that is concerned with a player who is unfamiliar with Magic the Gathering. Rather, its focus is on taking the knowledge and skills the reader is assumed to already possess and building further upon them. As with Next Level Magic, Next Level Deck Building takes advantage of its form to dive in-depth into sections such as the art of the mana base, deck building tactics, the 16 macro archetypes in Magic, and then closes out with an analysis of the best deck builders of all time. Take, for example, Chapin's section on the art of the mana base, whereas many of us might find a scattering of independently written articles and guides on the subject, or perhaps an 8-minute or so long YouTube video, excuse me, Chapin instead is able to go in depth into this critical aspect of the game. Within the section, which spans over 65 pages, by the way, he is able to cover a lot of topics. Topics such as mana curves, opportunity cost, how many lands to play, playing enough of each color, types of lands, ways to deal with flooding, templating, and more. The test of an evolving landscape. One of the hindrances of writing a book on Magic the Gathering strategy is the effect that time will have upon that writing. Since, after all, the Magic sets referred to in these works have long since come and gone, taking with them their respective metas, the examples may feel to a reader as less than relevant. While this is true, I would argue that the methodology is still going to be 100% valid, that Magic's skill and technique is evergreen. And even if examples used are not from the current set of cards, studious and engaged readers can benefit just as much from these chapters as from the day they were first published. After all, you should not be reading these books to gain tips and tricks for the current Magic climate. You should be reading these books to improve upon your overall skill and capability as a player. And towards that end, they not only succeed, but they succeed with excellence. Price is very high at $37 each, although the combined cost of both is still significantly less than your mathematics or chemistry college textbook, or those custom handcrafted deck boxes I've heard so much about. Final conclusion, Patrick Chapin's Next Level series is ideal for established players of Magic the Gathering who want to improve upon their gameplay skills and abilities. The books are both a wealth of information and are more akin to an advanced college textbook than a simplistic list of tips and tricks. Next Level Magic is the more introductory of the two, with a bit more narrative storytelling and concerns for brand new players than was possibly necessary, but it remains a font of information and serves as an excellent starting point in the series. While Next Level Deck Building continues to build upon the reader's skills as player, as strategist, and as deck builder through in-depth lessons and analysis. Grade solid A. I hope very much to not only see this series continued, but also for other voices in the community to offer their own compendiums and texts as well. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. You can help me out by remembering to like, share, subscribe, or even just by leaving a comment. Or if you'd really like to help out, you can go visit patreon.com/Tolarian Community College, where you can become a patron alum of the college, supporting it and helping to keep it going and growing strong.